Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. So the last video you would have seen, I went neon crazy with these gorgeous colours by Resin Pro, neon powder for Jesmonite. Now I had leftovers, I made terrazzo, so this video we are making a ton of terrazzo. I'm going to talk you through how I get all of the different size terrazzo. Let's go. Yes, it did feel like I just did that intro in one breath. I'll try not to do that again. Here are the gorgeous neon colours by Resin Pro. Purchased, not sponsored. I got these. I will link them below. I'm actually picking out my favourites because I love the blue and the purple, but honestly, when I think of neon, I think of that green, that yellow, that pink. Wow, neon. So yeah, we are going to make a ton, a whole 1 kg of terrazzo in this video. But not only that, I'm also going to show you my system for creating so much more from everything that I create in the terrazzo video. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? I've got a system. I've basically got a system and I'm going to show you what that is as well. So on my desk right now, I have got some polyurethane builders drop cloth. Now you can use any plastic sheeting at all and it will come off. But for me, polyurethane is super thin and it's really easy to peel the Jesmonite off when it is time to smash it up and make your terrazzo. First colour up is neon yellow. Now, the space, I cannot tell you. I have worktops in my craft room, but I had to clean mine to make enough space to do this video. So the more space you have, the better, because then you're going to be able to make so much terrazzo if you've got a wide surface area. Right, now that I've said that, I've mixed up my Jesmonite, obviously not the proper ratio because you don't want to mess around with ratios because it can weaken the product. I've added my neon yellow, I've poured it down, and the next step is to spread it thinly. You don't want to spread it too thick. Here's the thing. The thicker you spread it, the harder it is to smash up. Plus, you don't want to leave it too long because the longer you leave it, the harder it is to smash up. So I actually spread mine so thin. I want to say 1 millimeter deep, no more than that. And then it's so much easier to smash up into the terrazzo. Now the reason I'm doing this video is because it's been requested a few times that I do more videos on terrazzo, but also following my last video, a few of you did say, yes please, yes, some terrazzo videos. So here we are. Next colour up is the orange. They've got kind of two oranges in this neon kit, and I want to say that one is more coral and the other one is very orange. So here I am spreading out the orange. I'm just using a wooden lollipop stick, and honestly, if I could give you the measurements of the space I've got here, I would, but I didn't have my measuring tape. It's a lot. It's a very big space that I'm spreading this out onto. And I didn't use much Jesmonite because I'm spreading it super thinly. It goes a long way. So I want to say there's about 50 to 70 grams of Jesmonite per colour here. So yeah, it does go a long way if you spread it thinly. At this stage, I'm not worried about the colours mixing. The pink and the orange work well together, and the orange and the yellow work really well together. So if they overlap or overlay, I'm really not bothered about that. That would just be something more pretty in the final result. When we actually get round to using this terrazzo, it will be fine. It will still work. But of course, if you want your colours separate, keep them very separate when you spread them out. But yeah, this is it. And I feel like it goes on forever. There is a lot here, and I have to say this is probably one of the most therapeutic afternoons. You all know how much I love sanding Jesmonite. Okay, that was a lie. I hate it. I absolutely hate sanding Jesmonite. That is why you do not see many terrazzo videos on my channel, because I don't have the patience for the sanding. But making the terrazzo is the fun part. Actually making the terrazzo is the fun part. Okay, next up we have the green. Pretty much the same thing, just spreading it out across the top of the screen as you can see here, and I'm doing exactly the same kind of depth on all of them, around about the 1 mil, and even in some places it's a smidgen, like a really scrapey kind of smidgen. I'm making sure that it's just not too deep in some places. And there we have the green. And the next colour up, because I don't think it's going to make a nice colour, if it blends with green, it's not really going to work. So I do make sure that the next colour that I pour on does not touch the green. I'm not blending these two, unlike the previous three. But this is the orangey coral colour I was telling you about. I absolutely love it. Love, love, love it. I am scraping every last little drop out of that cup as much as I can physically scrape, and just, you know, aiming for limited to no waste whatsoever. This is the, look at this. This is the therapy. This is the therapy. Just spreading it out like this is the therapy. Using the Terrazzo chips, on the other hand, is not therapy for me. It's definitely not therapy. Not my favourite thing to do in the world. Feel like I need someone who lives close, who likes to sand, so that I can just send them all my pieces. Okay, this is 30 minutes later, and I have sped this up for you because it was quite a task. It comes away from the polyurethane like a dream. I'm not worried about all those marks, those ridges. I'm not worried about them whatsoever, because by the time we have crunched all of this down, they will not be noticeable at all. But look at these colours. It is just sunshine, sunshine on a plate. I absolutely love it. So the process of making terrazzo, you want to just go at it. You've got other options. So I'm using my hands. I like to use my hands to crunch every single last piece. If you wanted to, you could put them in a fabric bag and bash the life out of it with a rolling pin if you wanted to. I wouldn't recommend putting it in a plastic bag to smash it up, because the chances are it will rip through the plastic and you'll have a hole, and then you'll have terrazzo everywhere. But how much fun is this? And these colours are so gorgeous. The beauty is I've caught it at the right time. So I came back up after 30 minutes, and that is the optimal time to smash up your terrazzo. Trust me, I have forgotten about this before, left it for 2 hours, and when you come back, you need a hammer. You need a hammer. So if you want this kind of level of crunch, you want the ability to really, really crunch it up and just get it in your hands and just really smash it up, then 30 minutes, I would recommend 30 minutes. And yeah, I absolutely love it. So here is the key thing. There is so much dust that is created when you create terrazzo. You will see as I'm scooping it into the plastic bag, there are such teeny tiny bits left at the bottom, and then you've got pure dust, nothing but dust. We're going to keep it. We're going to keep every single little grain. At this point, I want to call it terrazzo sand or Jesmonite sand. Would you call those teeny tiny particles terrazzo? That's my question. If you're still here, leave it in the comment section. Here we are. I've put it all into the bag. Next up is the orange and the green. Same system, smash it all up. Here is the point where I realised there was a hole in my plastic. So the actual Jesmonite had stuck to my desk. So inconvenient, but really not an issue. But yeah, just make sure that whatever surface you're putting it on, that there's no holes, because that now will not come off of my desk. It's okay. It's the price you pay for doing what you do. Here we are again. Oh, I love it. I love it. The beauty of this is as well, when you get a whole chunk of it in your hands like this, just pushing it up against each other kind of breaks itself. Do you know what I mean? The more you've got in your hands, the more it breaks. Doing one little bit at a time, it's not worth it. You might as well just grab a whole hunk of it and just kind of go for it. It's a therapy, guys. I promise you it's a therapy. Using it, like I said, not so much. So here we are. I'm just getting the last few bits off of the polyurethane sheet and just making sure that they are all crunched up. Now again, if you want big chunks of terrazzo, just bear that in mind when it comes to crushing it all up. If you want small, like myself, I tend to just crush it up until I'm quite happy with the size. But of course, if you are looking for bigger chunky chunks, then go easy. Go easy because you can't get them back once you've crushed them. But yeah, as soon as I was happy, I knew they were at the right size for me. I could have even done some of them smaller because we did get a few big chunks in there. But yeah, I'm really, really happy. I'm going to add this now to the other bag that's already got the pink and the yellow and the orange in it. And that is it. I now have one big bag of terrazzo, and oh my gosh, the colours are just so lush. I already know my very first project using this terrazzo. I am telling you, I'm excited because it's something I've never tried before. Look at this, absolutely gorgeous. It was so big and so heavy at this point, I decided I was going to weigh it, and it weighed in at some whopping 9 point something, literally just under 1 kg. So this is a lot of Jesmonite. And look at the size of the chunks. We've got big, medium, tiny, teeny, but we've also got the dust, which is where my system comes in. Now I've got this pack of 3 sieves from the pound shop. They've all got the same holes in the sieves, so you only need one of those. I am going to use this wash bag. Now this wash bag is clean. It's clean, it's just very stained. I used to wash all of my face painting sponges in the washing machine when I used to face paint at events and things like that. I used to put all of my sponges in this bag and wash them through the washing machine. So the bag itself is clean, it's just a little bit stained. And what I'm going to do is I'm putting them in here so that I can sieve out all of the teeny tiny pieces and all of that dust, and you can see it gathering underneath, and oh my goodness, I love it. Now, this was time consuming. I spent around 15 minutes shaking this bag, and when I felt like I'd shaken it enough, I shook it some more, and then I shook it some more, and then when I actually organized everything and had all of my Jesmonite miniature chunks and dust in a nice neat pile, I shook it some more. Look at this. It is like sprinkles. Would we call that terrazzo? Let me know. Would we call that terrazzo? I think yes, but I'm happy to call it Jesmonite sprinkles. But look at this. Oh gosh, I absolutely love this process. The best part of this process, and actually sieving, this is what we are doing. We are sieving our Jesmonite terrazzo to create up to 5 or 6 different sizes. The best part is there's no waste. Right. Now that I've got all of those miniature sprinkles, I'm now sieving them again. I'm going in with these teeny tiny sieves, a pack of 3 from the pound shop, and I'm getting the dust. So now you can see in the big bowl is the Jesmonite dust, and then the teeny tiny chunks, the sprinkles, are going into a separate container, and that is the paper cup off to the right. What I did do here, there was quite a lot of those teeny tiny chunks that jumped out over the edge and down into the dust, so I did end up sieving this twice because why not? Why don't we want to make our life more difficult? But I honestly love this process. This was truly relaxing for me. If you have the opportunity, if you do Jesmonite and you have the opportunity to just take a day to make terrazzo, it is truly relaxing. Really is. But yeah, here you go. I'm just emptying it out into the cup, and this is the point where I thought actually a few bits did escape into the Jesmonite dust, so I'm now going to quickly sieve out the Jesmonite dust just to get those pieces back up. And that is just what I'm doing here, literally separating the dust from the teeny tiny. So overall, what we should have here is around 5 different sizes of Jesmonite terrazzo from just making one big batch. So this plastic cup, I do end up putting them into some plastic bags. So what we end up with is a bag of dust, and then a bag of teeny tiny, and then a bag of medium, large, extra large chunks, all in the same colorways. This is where I failed to realise that the one colander, so I had this huge colander with rather large holes from IKEA, and it's no longer in my kitchen, and we both remembered that it broke and I threw it away. So guys, I just have the 3 here today. I should have 5 or 6 because that giant bag on the left that's got all the huge chunks in, this one could easily be separated out into 2 or 3 more size grades of bags because I don't have the correct colander that I thought I had. Ultimate fail on my part, but you kind of get it. You get where I'm coming from. In here we've got huge chunks, and then we've got some super small chunks that would easily fit through the IKEA colander that I had that are bigger than these. Do you know what I mean? So make sure when you are making your Jesmonite Terrazzo, throw nothing away, including that dust, because believe me, that dust can be used, even if it's just as a filler, but that can be used as well, and you can sand it back and you can still see terrazzo dust. So I absolutely love the system. I love the process of making this. Just look at these colours. Honestly, the teeny tiny, not the dust, but the teeny tiny terrazzo is going to be the first thing that I use from this, and I cannot wait because it's a technique I've seen on Instagram. I don't know who by, because you know Instagram is currently full of adverts and full of videos by people you don't follow. So I sadly don't know the name of the account, but I saw this gorgeous technique using terrazzo and other things, and I'm definitely going to be trying this first with this whole massive batch, 1 kg of terrazzo. Also, I need to get a bigger colander so that I can sieve out this huge bag, and hopefully I will have 4 to 5 different sizes of Jesmonite Terrazzo, all from the same colourways. And I hope you found this video really, really helpful and therapeutic to watch. I was thinking of just stopping talking and putting music on throughout the whole thing, but that wouldn't have been right. I would have missed it. Missed my own voice. How bad. I'm joking, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.